Today, we're going to do a holster review on an appendix style holster, and this is about as honest of a review as you can possibly get. I'm going to tell you why in just a second. We're going to be taking an in-depth look today at the Bravo Concealment Torsion holster. This is brand new. I said earlier this is going to be the most honest review ever because I will never buy this holster. Number one, I don't run Appendix, and that's specifically what this is for. Number two, they don't make it even close to the guns that I carry. And as a matter of fact, they only make it at this point, which is April 2017, for one size of gun and make and model, which we'll talk about. Beyond that, though, even as a company, there is really no holster that I would buy from Bravo Concealment because they no longer offer zero cant, and that's how I run my guns. So there's only two products I would even buy from their entire company, which is a mag pouch and the clips that we're going to talk about in a minute. They're not really clips. That said, I'm going to take a look at this holster, and regardless of what I think of the company or the products, this is what we're going to be reviewing today. So let's get rolling. So as I said, as it sits right now, as you guys know who follow me, that I'm not a Glock guy at all. But at this moment, April 2017, they make it for the 19, 23, and 32 only. Now, based on what I can see here, I would imagine that they're going to expand this to many other, not just necessarily Glock lines, but other manufacturers as well, because the holster it's got some really cool features to it. For me, holsters and a tabletop really don't kind of mix. Really, you want to know, how does this fit, how does it wear, how does it draw, but this is about as close to a tabletop as we're going to get. These clips, which I've always told you a million times, I'm not a fan of clips. I would almost argue that they're really belt loops. I mean, if you look at this, so as you can see here, they have these clips, and I've been wearing these clips, obviously not on this holster, but on my regular carry holster for 4 or 5 months right now. I've never come off in training or practice. You can see that they make a full continuous circle there, and the way they work is there's like a little ledge that comes off. Hopefully the camera picks that up. So once it clips on, it's pretty much an entire circle, and then the belt will lock into there, and that hasn't gone anywhere on me. So these belt loop clips are awesome. I'm really a big fan of that. And we're going to talk about, there's two. One is a little different than this one. We're going to talk about that in a second. But the whole premise behind this holster, and this is their D.O.S line, which is drop out of sight. This is, again, a concealed carry holster, but the whole purpose of this is to keep the gun really close to the body. So we're going to move the camera around here in a minute. I'm going to show you how it actually sits with the 19. We're just going to see how it sits in the body. So here we can see the clips, or the belt loop clip styles, are on this the score belt, which I talked about. It's a prototype. Can't wait for these to come out, which should be in a couple of months, by the way, from again April 2017. But you can see it runs through both, and here's where the magic happens. Here where this torsion, the system that they're talking about, is different. The belt loops, as you can see on this side, there's a big space because the whole holster is torqued, probably where they got the name. And it's creating the pistol, the actual grip, to be close to the body. So let me grab the pistol here. So once we actually put this in, I'm going to tighten my belt a little bit here. You can see that this grip really contours to the body. It's really, really tight. Typically what you'd have is the gun would be a little bit more boat-tailed out like this because the clips are in a straight line. I'll take this off in a second. You'll see what I'm talking about. But looking at it on the body, you can see it really keeps the gun tight. So if I throw my shirt back over, so we have it in there, we can go ahead and access it pretty quick. It feels a little weird to me because I don't carry Appendix, but really easy to get that. It's got good retention, really holds onto the gun well, easy to access if you run Appendix, and really close to the body. So I have my shirt over here, whatever I'm doing, and again, this is why I don't like Appendix. But as I move around, it really keeps it close and tight to the body. Does a great job at what a concealment holster is supposed to do, which is conceal your gun. So let's take this off now, and I'm going to show you how the clips are offset and how they create that torque effect that keeps it close to the body. So you can see now with this piece of belt holding, this was your waist. You can see now that the holster itself is torqued into the body, and there's a big gap literally between this clip here and the one here. So this one keeps it tight, and this one pushes it out. So as it's coming around the curvature of your body, it keeps that pistol grip really tight. It keeps that curve really nice. Now, as I said earlier, you can see here, this is my regular rig that I carry every single day. And as you can see on here, here's the clips that I use on this particular setup. And like I said, I've really enjoyed them. They've been very positive as clicking onto the belt, and they don't move. The other nice thing is when you have two of these, you'll see that gap in there, so you can actually tuck this holster. It now makes it tuckable. And this is not a Bravo Concealment holster. This is the company that I normally use, but I'm running the Bravo clips on there to see what I think of them. And these are the best that I've seen yet. All right, well, I know this isn't a super long review, but there's not much to say. It's a great holster. The concept of having that curvature is one of those things like, why didn't other manufacturers come out with this? It doesn't seem like that complex of a process, and it does really make a big difference as far as wear and comfort and how easy it is to conceal. All those things said, since it does have the two clips on it, this one can be removed and you can run it with a single clip, which not only will minimize a little bit, but most importantly will make this holster tuckable as well. So if you run Appendix and you want to tuck your holster, all you have to do is remove this clip and you're good to go. The fit and finish of the holster has been on par with all of Bravo Concealment. I mean, it's the one thing I can say about their company. And again, I don't have anything that I would buy from them really other than these clips. But their holsters are definitely a top quality. Their fit and finish, you can tell it's a company that cares. They look at their things. There's certainly quality controls that go on to make sure that this is a top-notch product. The rounding of all the corners. They just do a really nice job of putting together a quality Kydex holster. The other thing that they've done, this particular gun I borrowed from one of my assistant instructors, and in fact I'm going to gift this to him. But he actually has, his regular Glock has an extended barrel on it. And so if you look inside here, I don't know, can the camera see that or not? So if you look inside, they actually took the time to make sure that detail is cut out. So if you did have an aftermarket barrel on there, something longer, that would fit on there just as the holster is. So it's set up for any customizations really that you have. The sight hole up here is really large, so, and as I said a million times, hopefully if you do have a Glock, you get rid of those plastic sights and put something else on there. But even if they're larger, some type of suppressor sight or something, I don't see any issues with that, because there is a pretty big space for that. So it's one of those products where I think they've really put a lot of time and effort in thinking of all the different options and things that people may want on a holster. The sweat guard as well, I think that is nicely done. It's not all the way to the top, but it does cover the gun nicely and keeps it away from the skin, which is nice. So again, you guys, the bottom line is simply this. If you want to watch a review on a holster from someone who carries Appendix, who's a Glock person, who loves Bravo Concealment, then fine. No matter what they send them, they're going to love it. I don't carry Glocks, I don't carry Appendix, and there's really no holsters that I would buy from Bravo Concealment because they don't make the ones that I want. So this is as honest as it gets. I really don't care one way or the other. Okay. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope that you saw a nice honest review on an Appendix holster. And that one, like I said, if this fits your build, this is going to be awesome. I wouldn't go anywhere else. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. I always appreciate that. Kim and I always appreciate you sharing our stuff, so get our message out there. That's the biggest compliment that we can get. You know you can find us here on Facebook, YouTube, and of course Instagram. Until next time, remember, it's always better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6.